And in the newsletter, he made a clear distinction. He writes, quote, "This post is about FTX International's insolvency. It's not about FTX US because FTX US is fully solvent and always has been. What should we make of this?"
Um, so that was a big issue early on of that. So there's weird structure of things. If it's FTX was actually headquartered in the Bahamas, and yeah, he went Bankman-Fried went through going through the whole balance sheet and how FTX International was slightly insolvent according to him, and then FTX US was fully able to pay out its customers. And now FTX US, they also filed for bankruptcy when all the FTX entities filed for bankruptcy. I believe it was November 14th. So that's always been a contention of his, but um, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to to believe him. And I will say, and I assume we're gonna talk a little bit more about this later, but considering how much FTX has already been able to recover of assets, I mean, right, they've already recovered 5 billion in cash and other highly liquid assets, and then they said they had another roughly 4 billion that in less liquid assets. So, there's probably some truth into there was at least there's something there. It's not like it was all paper money that and the FTX tokens, obviously they were overexposed to that. I mean, they did have real sellable assets.
Will that help
But
him out there because the 5 million was recovered?
um I mean, I don't think that without knowing, but I don't think that anything related to how much customers get back, how large like a settlement fund would be. I don't think that would impact his personal legal proceedings. Now, it would definitely help in the court of public opinion. But I because the charges, it's not, oh, how much did you defraud customers of? It's just, did you defraud customers and use customer funds?
Touch on that question you just asked. Did you defraud customers? Is he taking any accountability, any responsibility at all in this newsletter?
Eh, is my best answer. I mean, um, you know, his best, his clearest thing is he says he's messed up, and and in a way starting with an F. Um, and he acknowledges that there were certain things, and he of walking through financial statement stuff, it's like, oh, like we were only short like this small amount. They say it was this large amount, saying like FTX US was fully solvent. So I think there's a slight tinge of taking responsibility, but also he did plead not guilty, so it's not like he's saying he committed any of these nine criminal counts. um and also, he's been very clear in trying to distance himself from everything with his hedge fund, Alameda Research, and that's kind of really the interesting battle there of the FTX co-founder and chief technology officer, Gary Wang, and Bankman-Fried's rumored ex-girlfriend and the CEO of Alameda Research, Caroline Ellison. Both of them pled guilty, and both of them, shared some details about the alleged illegal intermingling of FTX and Alameda, and how Bankman-Fried oversaw a lot of that. I think the phrase that was used by one lawyer, which I liked, was the Alameda backdoor. And so, yeah, so he has not, I mean, in the court of law, he has not pled guilty. He's admitted to making mistakes, and there's, he's definitely, at this point, I don't think you're ever going to get a full, full confessional from him, but it's very interesting of he's going to, um, seeing seeing the testimony, and it's one of the most high profile. It'll be one of the most high profile trials, should it go to trial, this fall, and will be really, really interesting.